Perfect.
Adam, that must be close to the ideal way to start the season, especially when you've come in undermanned through injury and suspension as well.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, I couldn't have been prouder and happier with the way that we performed. I thought our pressure, our intensity around the ball was first class. I thought the way that we moved the ball was really, really strong. We had patches, and we've still got plenty to work on. We had patches where we were pinned in, and Collingwood had some repeat entries, and they were defending us really well. And so we'll continue to try and improve our game each and every week. But all in all, I was absolutely rapt.
And we know how the season ended last year with those finals losses after.
I've actually forgotten, mate. So you have to
moving
remind
on.
Me. Yeah.
But there were a couple of leads given up. Was it important today when you were challenging that third term in particular? The Pies were really coming hard.
Yeah, it
to
was.
Be able to hold that off.
And so we got out of the blocks quick. They responded. They were awesome in that first 15 to 20 minutes of that second quarter. And for us to then respond to their challenge and actually extend the margin by half time from what it was at quarter time, I mean, that was really important for us. And there'll be every game we'll get challenged like that at patches, and we need to be able to respond the way that we did today. I was really, really pleased with that.
Obviously, Brooksy was off in the first quarter.
Yeah.
How was he? Have you got an update from him?
Concussion, yeah, he was out for a little bit, so he'll go through the protocols. He's gone. I think he's gone to Westmead just as a precaution, but I think he's okay. Obviously it was a nasty incident. So he concussion. He'll miss next week, obviously.
He was injured after being pushed into a marking contest. That's been sort of a talking point with the pre-season.
Was he? Yeah. I didn't see the actual contest. I saw Sam Taylor flying backwards. That was probably what took my eyes. I don't know if he was pushed or not.
I understand he was initially sent to hospital for assessment on his neck. Is everything okay with that, or is it simply...
I'm guessing. I believe so.
Have you seen the photo of him watching the footy on his phone in the hospital bed?
No, I haven't.
It's gone nuts. Just
okay.
sitting with the neck brace.
Good. Okay. Well, it's probably an indicator that he's okay then. That's great.
And what do you think of Lockie Keefe and Max as well, stepping into the ruck to take on Darcy Cameron very capable?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It feels to me like Darcy Cameron is very underrated. He's an exceptional ruckman. And for Lockie to be thrown that challenge and then Max Grzyewski come in and do the work that he did on him was really important for us. It was an amazing effort from Keefe. He's feeling that right now and probably will for a day or two, having not rucked a lot. And so it's a different skill to rucks. It's very hard. And so the way Keefe particularly shouldered the load, I thought was really, really impressive. Puts a smile on everyone's face.
Would you be expecting to rely on Lockie at least for the next week with Kieran out with concussion, but possibly a little bit longer?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he did it in round 22 last year up in Brisbane, and so I think that's likely. Obviously, we'll meet as a match committee and go through our options. We have some young rucks. Nick Madden is progressing really well. Whether he's ready to be picked for AFL level or not yet, Max Gawn's reasonable, so that's going to be a big challenge for Keefe or whoever it is we pick. Nick, we've got Logan Smith as well, who's a little bit crook at the moment, so he's not available. But Keefe's one of those guys. He's been around a long time. He responds to any challenge you throw at him, whether it's ruck, whether it's key back, whether it's key forward. He's done a lot in his time. There's not many from that draft class still playing. He's done a great job.
Apologies. There appeared to be a bit of a confrontation between you and Craig McRae towards the end of the second quarter on the bench there.
Yeah.
You were throwing a few verbal darts at him. Can you
I don't know if it was that confrontational. I mean, we were just having a chat about the game in general. He's a good man, Flo. He's a really good man. He's a good mate of mine. So we're just having a discussion.
Was the discussion around a bit of clapping towards Tony Bedford and the 50?
That might have been accurate, yeah.
Just on the performance, obviously Finn Callahan was sensational. There's been a lot of talk about him signing the contract in the last few weeks, but to see him go out and do that must make you go, okay, that's what we expect from him. That's the sort of calibre player he is.
Yeah, that's what we believe he's going to be like, and even better. So he had a lot of the ball today, but it was really the way that he used his possessions, his ability to run and carry. stood out. He's a very, very nice player to watch when he's playing like that. So, we hope he's more like that.
Obviously, to get those couple of goals as well as maybe part of his game we haven't quite seen having that scoreboard impact as well. So to see him, I think it was 4 scoring shots in the end. That's
Was it? Yeah.
really positive.
Well, he hasn't traditionally been a goal kicker for us. We certainly encourage him to be hard and tough around the contest, and he was certainly that. We encourage him to use his legs. He did that. His ability to hit the scoreboard is a little bit untapped for us at the moment. So it was nice for him to feel what that is, and hopefully he continues to do that.
And just on Sam Taylor, I think early on in that game, that some of the contested marks and the intercept possessions that he took kind of really solidified that early lead. I mean, we've seen it for many years now, but just how important is he to kind of get a bit of momentum early for the defensive group?
Oh, he was enormous today. The way that he can defend his decision making around when to mark it and when to spoil it is really strong. And when he spoils it, it typically, goes a fair way. And so that's really important, and it's an underappreciated skill in my view, the big spoil, and he's an expert at it. And so watching him at full flight today, I mean, that's fantastic. It gives everyone around him great confidence.
Pre-game, you talked about the mindset being physical and violent. Can you talk a bit about how you came to that approach?
Well, you've got to compete, don't you? And, Collingwood's midfield are extremely good. A lot of good players, and they were missing some players. So let's not lose sight of that. They didn't have Houston, Markov, De Goey. Obviously, he's reasonable. So they were a little bit undermanned. But I think for us to be at our best, we have to be that sort of midfield. We have to compete. We have to be really physical around the stoppage and get after it. And I thought, for the most part, we were pretty good. We had patches where we weren't, but. We continue to try and minimise those patches where we're not physical, and I was really pleased with our stoppage work today. Very good.